already did this one. I glued it down, and you only need a little bit of glue on that. And then I'm going to come around and cut off a lot of this excess. Tie more knots on it. Got it. If your color gets loose, tighten it up. This is the first stitch. It's the only stitch we're going to use until we get to the finish. You want 3 beads on your needle like that. Run them down. And notice my little tail here. You always make it sure it's farther away so you don't end up tying 2 of them down. And you just take your beads and push it to the end. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
And then put your needle. I don't like these needles. Right through like that. Center of the end of the bead is where you want to go back in. Now we want to come up through the first and the second beads like that. Can you see that? And then right through those 2 beads. And that sets you up for your next stitch. And you just do this over and over until you go all the way around. When you're going around something or doing a shape, you can move your thread to line it up where you want it to go. Because if you're way out here, you're going to be crooked. So you want to come in like that. Coming back up to the first 2. And when you have a line already, it's easier just, instead of saying between the first and the second bead, just come back 2 beads. It's the same thing. It's just easier to count back 2 instead of 3 and then 1. And if you hold your needle close up, you have more control. Next time we order needles, we're going to order a different type of needle, I think. Yeah, see that? Easy peasy. When you're picking up beads, just put it over the edge and tip it and it'll pick it right up. So when you get to the very end, what I'm doing here is, I think it'll fit 3, but if it doesn't fit 3, just put as many as it will fit. So that will fit 3. But if it was smaller than that, you will only put 2 on there. And I just stick it right there in front of that one. So what I do, after I finish a line, I take my needle and I go through the whole thing one more time. Not only does that strengthen the beadwork, but it also straightens your lines out. If you got a little bit crooked, it helps to straighten it out. Comes a lot cleaner looking. Right down between those 2 beads that thread just came out of. Right there. And this time I'm going to start in a place where I know I want to start. I don't have a pattern for this yet, so I'm just going to start lining up beads. I'm going to put them on my thread like, you know, a line pull about that long with the pattern and put it around there and see how that pattern works. Okay, I'll try that. There we go, it's gonna work. The whole thing is just this one stitch. It's a 3-bead stitch. So you put 3 beads down, go through the sew on, and come back up between the first and second bead. And then back through these last 2 beads. It's the only stitch you need to know until you get to the finish. If you get kind of tangled like that, see how it's tangled? Kind of pull up on it, and it should untangle itself.